This is one of the most asked questions, and for obvious reasons, we all would like to know if our loved ones that have crossed over is okay, especially if it's in traumatic circumstances like suicide or a heart attack or some kind of accident. Loved ones in the spirit world are always given the choice of receiving healing. It is a free choice, and some spirits may not choose to have that healing. And that can be quite difficult to listen to. Obviously, if your loved one's crossed over and you're concerned and they haven't asked for healing, there could be obviously many reasons why. They might also be in the middle stages, or they might be towards the end of their healing. So if they receive healing, it may take 1 session, 2 sessions, several sessions. And I do get spirits come through who are at various stages of their healing, especially if they've just crossed over. Normally they will ask for healing and they will have healing given to them, but they may need more healing, and they will make that clear to me exactly how much they've healed. So if somebody's crossed over, say for example in a car accident, that might take quite a few sessions to heal, but I can kind of tune into actually how they're doing with their healing. It's same with suicide. Some spirits may feel guilty of what they've done and what they've put their family through, and so they feel that they might not deserve their actual healing, which obviously is very upsetting. But at the same time, with the connection, we can actually then maybe talk about what happened, we can talk about the consequences, we can talk it all through, obviously with the spirit and the loved one that is connected to the spirit. And what I've found when I have done this kind of healing work is, once the dialogue gets open, then the spirit can understand the loved one's point of view who is still on earth, and vice versa, and we can get this communication going. And so what I've found is that then, once understanding on both sides has occurred, that the spirit does actually then think, actually time is now right for me to get healed. I would like to get some healing. And that has happened to me when we've actually done a reading, and healing has occurred there and then, actually at the reading. For example, one reading I did, the person had crossed over through suicide and he was very reluctant to get healing. He felt he didn't deserve it. But talking through with his loved one, he then actually wanted healing, and it was quite extraordinary. I could sense his spirit guides, because guides obviously are not just for humans, just for us in the spirit world. When we cross over, we've got a support network in the spirit world as well. His guide was there, my guide was here obviously, and I can only describe it like an angel came into the room. There was this lovely, bright, positive energy that just seemed to descend down and just illuminate the room. It was quite weird. My lights went really, really bright. I got very lightheaded. The recipient got very lightheaded. And we actually did healing. There was 2 other people who he was connected to that were spirits as well. They were family members, and they just moved around the room. So we kind of formed a circle. My spirit guide moved over to my left-hand side, and there was a whole kind of it was like we were being surrounded by warmth and light and love. And so in a way we all got healing, but especially the spirit that probably for the first time had actually asked for healing, and I could sense his energy just lift. It was incredible. And then what happened was, because he was in a better place, because he'd been talking to his loved one, he then actually wanted to talk about the positives of when he was on earth and the good times that he did have with his loved one that had come to for the reading. So it was a really uplifting and quite an extraordinary reading. So this is hopefully what we can achieve. So even if they haven't had healing, hopefully we can talk to them about why they haven't, or what's the reason behind it, and that might then actually change their minds. And like I say, spirits will be in various stages of healing, and it's always nice to get that reassurance and bring comfort and peace of mind to the loved one.